Are you tired of building rust bases that keep getting offline raided? This base is called the Rise, and it costs over 60 rockets to get all the loot inside. The Rise also has some really unique features, including 3 unsplashable bunkers, grenade chutes that perfectly place grenades in your compound, a designated area for farming, and even an early game shooting floor with raid base safe peaks. If you guys do like the base and want to support me, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps so much more than you know. Now let's find out if the Rise is the perfect base for you. Outside of the compound, we have 3 external TCs, which have the following upkeep. These are disconnectable and also cost 7 rockets to raid each. Heading into our gatehouse, we've got some nice Petrico peaks looking directly into our furnace wall. These give you a really nasty head glitch, and are super practical in our raid defense. Heading out into the compound, you'll notice that when the front door and the gatehouse door are left open, it creates an airlock into the rest of your compound. You'll also notice multiple double chain link turrets, as well as a furnace wall, which just adds an extra layer of security to your compound. We also have our bedrooms right here, which has rooms for 2 beds and a locker, and also has some really nice Petrico peaks that we saw on the gatehouse. Heading out of the bedroom module, you'll notice that our furnace wall continues, and heading through this single door leads you to one of my favorite features of the base. This area is designated for farming, where you have plenty of room for planter boxes as well as a water catcher. This base is symmetrical on 3 sides, so everything you just saw repeats on 2 more sides of the base. Heading into the front door, we have some more angles into the compound that are protected by roofs, so they're unable to be seen from outside of the compound. This is a sneaky surprise that many raiders will not expect. Jumping up into the base, we see that we have a bedroom, which is located on one of 3 chutes on all sides of the base. Continuing into the main living area, we see lockers, furnaces, a bedroom, and our mini open core, which has plenty of storage, as well as some peaks to retake it. This open core is 2 walls to any loot. However, you're going to want to store your best loot down in these bunkers. There are 3 wall stack bunkers in this base, and when fully upgraded to armored, they cost 16 rockets to breach. And since these bunkers are not splashable, this base is going to be an absolute tank in both online and offline raids, and will most likely just get left alone if people know the base design. This bunker leads into our main core, which houses our main TC. Since this base is designed for around 4 players, this main TC upkeep is very reasonable. And we also have 1 more wall stack bunker that is just a loot room. Next, we'll head up one of 3 mobility chutes, which has plenty of peaks back into the compound. And after jumping up, you'll see that we have a nice peak to look at raid bases or to take heli. Heading through these garage doors, we have a peak up that looks into our respawn floor. And heading into our respawn floor, we have plenty of peaks into our open core, room for 3 beds and 3 lockers, and some other really nice features, including these raid base safe peaks. These are covered by roofs from the outside, so no one will be able to see them unless they are right in the line of sight of the peak. Since you can put this floor up early into wipe, you'll have a great point to defend from any early game raids and any compound hoppers before you have turrets. Heading up this chute, we've got a nice roof peak up to help retake your roof, and then hopping up this ramp, which has plenty of great peaks on it, we go to our roof. As you can see, there's 3 chain link turrets, plenty of peak downs that are raid base safe. There are unlimited angles on this roof. It is really great for defending. We've also got some half height peaks, as well as some close up peaks to see people in your compound. You also have this ladder hatch, which allows for some pretty quick mobility, as well as plenty of pixel peaks looking outside of your compound. My favorite part of the base, though, might be these grenade chutes, which will perfectly place a grenade right where your compound will be breached. You've got room for 3 windmills up here, and plenty of room for any minis or scrap helis you might want to land. But anyways, now that you've seen the base, let's learn how to build it. We're going to start off with a triangle footprint, with a square off the right triangle on each side. We're then going to set up our starter by upgrading the entire inner triangle with a single door exit. Then you can place down your TC with a window on it in your back left corner. Then you can put in a half-height shelf and upgrade that also. Place down some boxes, and then heading out to the left, you're going to place a frame and then 2 walls. And go ahead and upgrade all that also. Also add a frame to your loot room, and then just slap some doors down. In this square, go ahead and place down a workbench and some bags. And then go ahead and box in the other 2 squares, just like this, with the frame facing the square we did not place. And then go ahead and add a half-height shelf to each of these. Early game, these can be used as bedrooms or whatever you really need. Next, build out 2 triangles like this, leaving that 1 square in each of the 2 square portions alone. And then you want to make sure you have all of these in the correct orientation so that it covers the gaps of the bunkers. As you can see, you should see the conditionals on all of the armored. Do that on all 3 sides. Next off of that, you're going to build a square and a triangle, upgrade the triangle, delete the square, and then build out 3 more squares and upgrade the last one. This is very important as you will not be able to build this later. And then just connect it with frames, like so. And do this on all 3 sides. At this point, the base should look like this. Next, we're going to do the wall stack portion by building out 8 squares on each of these missing square sections, capping off with a triangle, and then building back with triangles. Should look like this. And then you want to add the triangles in like so. And then just upgrade the following tiles and then delete the rest. Place a square in the middle and then 2 more squares off of it. This is going to be your gatehouse. We're going to go ahead and get our external down. This is pretty standard. And just make sure to put 2 half walls on your TC slot so that way you can disconnect it in the event that your main TC is broken. And just make sure to get that all connected so that way no one can grief you. And then make sure to connect this section so that way it doesn't decay. And make sure to place all the walls in the correct orientation. So once again, all the conditionals are formed. So there are no gaps that will allow people to exploit your bunkers. Now here you're going to place a square and then a wall right off of it. Make sure it opens and then place a triangle. The bunker should remain open. And then once you confirm that that works, upgrade everything. Now to place this frame, you're going to need to place a temporary frame below it. And then upgrade the top one. And then you want to place in all of these necessary walls so that way it does not break. And then you are going to want to place that backwards for now, but it will not be backwards forever. And then just delete your temporary frame. And then place a door on top. Now go ahead and repeat this on all 3 sides of the base, and you're also going to want to do your entrance right here. And then once you've done it on all 3 sides, the base should look like that. Next, we're going to expand the other side. Once again, placing in some temporary frames. And now we're going to set up our mini open core. Off all those backwards walls, place a wall to the left and right. And then a floor on top. And then honeycomb your TC area like so. And then go ahead and place frames all along here like so. And then go ahead and place some frames in. This is going to close any gaps that might be present. And place a window behind that. That is where your peaks are going to be, your ramp peaks. can be a little tricky to place, but everything should work just fine. Just make sure to do this on all 3 sides as the base is completely symmetrical. And then here we're going to be placing in our shelf. This is going to act as some roof honeycomb and also allow us to have a triangle shelf inside of our open core. We're then going to continue building up our chutes. And then go ahead and place some windows right here with a half wall, giving you those half wall peaks. Do that on all 3 sides. Also make sure to do the jump ups on all 3 sides. And then go ahead and add in this nice little inner locker section. You do want to place these lockers before you place down the windows though, or else you will not be able to place them afterward. Just to note. Go ahead and place some squares here. And we're also going to have our roof peak up. Next, we're going to just completely close in this floor. And then just spam some frames inside of your respawn room or respawn floor, and then throw down some garage doors, boxes. Go ahead and get everything furnished now that it's all sealed in, and you will not have any risk of people stealing your loot. You can also go ahead and add some embrasures to any places that need them. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and work on the compound. So in all 3 gatehouses, you're just going to want to set them up just like this. Very simple. Just some windows and some half-height Patrico peaks with a low wall underneath just to make the angle a little bit tighter. Go ahead and just add in some doors and windows. We're going to add our turret pod on top. And then all of the frames needed for the chain link. Go ahead and do this on all 3 wall stacked sides with all 3 of your gatehouses. And now we're going to set up our bedroom respawn, which is going to be the same thing, except there's no doors out. There's going to be a locker there. And we're only going to have windows looking into the compound, not out. Now we're just going to do the exact same Patrico setup and turret pod setup with all the same frames and everything as we did on the gatehouses. Once again, do this on all 3 sides. And then when you're done, it should look like this. Then go ahead and add in all your turrets and all your chain link. And then go ahead and place down your metal barricades and a furnace in between the 2. You should not be able to jump between this, creating your furnace wall. And then go ahead and it should just take 2 compound walls at each intersection. And once the compound's done, it should look like this. Next, we're going to go ahead and set up our farm area. I'm going to place some frames and then some squares. And we're going to get some half-height shelves set up in there also. And you can just put your planters in there. You can also put a water catcher up top. Now you're going to want to place your frames up here first. So that way when you go to place the roofs, everything gets placed in the right place. And then go ahead and just do that on all three sides. And then we're going to place a frame connected to the main base to make our peaks in our retake floor raid base safe. Once again, place the frames first though. And then to place these, just go underneath and upgrade those. Do this on all three sides. And build up your frames. And then this is going to be your mobility chute from the roof all the way down. Then you can just build up the rest. That done on all three sides. Now we're going to go to our chutes and place a half wall and a window. And then we're going to build up our nice little roof ramp jump up. Go ahead and get that all upgraded. And then put your triangle for your turret. And then we're also going to place our window right here. And then you want to place this triangle off of there so there's no gaps. And go ahead, finish any frames you missed. Do this on both sides. And then go ahead and upgrade these. Just make sure they're different grades. And then add some nice little wood places for a little extra protection at a cheap cost. And then to place these, you either need to place them first or you need the building skins to upgrade them. But it should all place perfectly fine. And now your grenade chutes are all set up, and then just add any final embrasures, any doors you might have missed. Place down any turrets. Put down your windmills. And then your chain link on the roof. And now the base is done, you are good to go.